the heart of a forgotten village, beneath the gnarled branches of ancient trees, stood a decrepit mansion known as Blackwood Manor. It was said that the Soul Collector, a figure draped in shadows, resided within its crumbling walls, waiting for the unwary to cross his threshold. The villagers whispered tales of his insatiable hunger for souls, claiming he could trap a person's essence in a glass vial, rendering them eternally lost. On a moonlit night, a curious traveler named Ilara arrived in the village. Drawn by the eerie tales, she ventured toward the manor, her heart pounding with a mix of fear and intrigue. As she stepped onto the creaking porch, a chill swept through the air, wrapping around her like a cold embrace. The door swung open with a creak that echoed like a death knell, revealing a dimly lit foyer where shadows danced along the walls. Inside, the air was thick with the scent of damp wood and decay. Ilara took a hesitant step forward, her eyes scanning the room. Portraits of long-gone inhabitants hung crookedly, their eyes seemingly following her every move. She could almost hear their whispers, warning her to turn back, but the allure of the Soul Collector was too strong. Deeper into the mansion she wandered, each room more foreboding than the last. In the parlor, she found a fireplace where the ashes of countless lost souls seemed to swirl and beckon. It was there she first caught a glimpse of him, an apparition cloaked in darkness, eyes glinting like shards of broken glass. The Soul Collector smiled, a twisted grin that sent shivers racing down her spine. "Welcome, dear traveler," he rasped, his voice like the rustle of dead leaves. "I've been expecting you." Ilara's heart raced as she backed away, realizing too late that the door had vanished, replaced by a wall of shadows. The Collector moved closer, his hands outstretched, and she could see the vials glimmering at his waist, each containing the swirling essence of a soul, trapped and pleading. "Join them," he whispered, his voice a seductive hiss. "Just one little moment of despair, and you too can be mine." Panic surged through Ilara as she turned to flee, but the walls closed in, the air growing heavier with each step. The Collector's laughter echoed through the corridors, a haunting melody that promised eternal torment. As she stumbled into a room filled with mirrors, each reflection showed her a different version of herself, twisted, aged, hollow-eyed. It was then she understood. The Soul Collector fed on despair, and each of her fears was a feast for him. With a surge of will, Ilara turned away from the mirrors, fighting against the darkness that threatened to consume her. She raced toward a flickering light at the end of the hall, her heart pounding like a war drum. But as she reached out, the light flickered and faded, and she was left engulfed in shadows. The last thing she heard was the Soul Collector's chilling laughter, a sound that would echo through the manor for eternity. The villagers would tell her tale, another soul claimed by the darkness, and Blackwood Manor would remain, waiting patiently for the next curious traveler to cross its threshold, to become yet another lost whisper in the night.